Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Red Dragon Archfiend deck to teach you guys some combos that you need to know to play this deck. So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards, like getting your name description every single video, getting assigned cards in the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month to your patron. So for combo number one, guys, I'm actually going to show you how to summon out Red Supernova Dragon, which is an extremely powerful monster in the Red Dragon Archfiend deck. So it's super simple to actually pull off. That all you really need in this particular hand is a copy of your Crimson Resonator and a copy of Witch of the Black Forest, which is super easy to get in this deck because we have multiple ways to actually search Crimson Resonator in any level 4. It doesn't have to be Witch of the Black Forest. It could be Skullmeister, it could be Wandering King Wildwind, it could be any of those level 4 monsters that you play in your particular deck, which is really cool. And as always, guys, if you guys would like to check out the deck profile, it is down in the description down below for this particular build. But let's go ahead and check out how to summon out Red Supernova Dragon. So all you're going to do with this particular combo, it's super simple. You just special summon out to your side of the field Crimson Resonator because it has a special summon clause on it, kind of like a Cyber Dragon, that if you don't control a monster, you can instantly special summon it from your hand to your side of the field. I usually special summon it in defense position just in case, because I don't want a 600 attack point or 800 attack point monster on my side of the field in attack position. We then haven't used our normal summon, so we're going to go ahead and normal summon out Witch of the Black Forest. And once we do, we have all the pieces that we actually need. A level 4 monster and our Crimson Resonator to go into our copy of Red Rising Dragon, which is a combo starter for the entire deck, which is really important. So we're going to go ahead and synchro summon these two monsters together. And once we do, we're going to summon out our copy of Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon is very important for this particular combo because it actually is going to bring back our Crimson Resonator back from the graveyard off of its effect. So we're going to go Chain Link 1 for the Red Rising Dragon and Chain Link 2 for Witch of the Black Forest, which is why I used Witch of the Black Forest for this particular combo, is because you can actually chain block with your copy of Witch of the Black Forest being Chain Link 1 and Chain Link 2, which is really neat. You can do it in reverse if you really want that search for your copy of Witch of the Black Forest, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Witch of the Black Forest to be able to grab from our deck a particular tuner monster or a monster with 1500 or less defense, which is really cool because usually I grab a copy of Skullmeister directly from my deck to my hand off this particular hand, because if you grab the copy of Skullmeister, if you don't already have it in your hand, you're basically searching a hand trap and an additional level 4 that if you need to, you can synchro summon with during the next turn by normal summoning out a copy of, say, Red Resonator to go into another Rising Dragon and then climb in your synchro plays from there. But since we now use the effect of our Witch of the Black Forest, we're actually going to use the effect of Red Rising Dragon to bring back our copy of Crimson Resonator back to our side of the field, which is extremely important to bring that card to our side of the field because we can actually use its effect. This is going to be in our hand, but since the only other monster that we control besides Crimson Resonator is a Dark Dragon Synchro monster, we can actually use the effect of Crimson Resonator to bring out 2 more Resonator monsters to our side of the field, which is a really cool thing about this card. So you can either bring out 2 more level 2s to equal 12, or you can bring out a 3 and a 1. I always bring out a 3 and a 1 in this particular build. So we're going to go ahead and bring out a copy of, let's say a copy of the Synchron Resonator, and then let's go ahead and grab a copy of our Creation Resonator. Creation Resonator is really cool to bring out for this particular play because once you bring out the copy of Creation Resonator and the copy of the Synchron Resonator, you're going to have all of the plays that you need to be able to go in for Red Supernova Dragon. And plus, when your copy of Synchron Resonator leaves the field and goes to the graveyard from the field, you actually get to grab one of your Resonator monsters back to your hand, which is going to help you out a lot in the follow-up for the following turn. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and synchro these together because we have 4 right here with these two, and we have 8 right here, and 4 plus 8 is 12, which is really cool. And it does require 3 tuner monsters, which basically Crimson Resonator was made to summon Supernova. So we're going to go ahead and special summon out and synchro summon using all of these monsters, which is going to let us summon out our copy of Red Supernova Dragon. And you could have any other 3 cards in your hand for this particular combo, but this is how you get out your copy of Red Supernova Dragon while also getting it out with 5,500 attack points, because it gains attack points for every single tuner monster in the graveyard times 500. So we'll come out at 5,500. So for the next combo, guys, I'm going to show you how to summon out your copy of Red Rising Dragon if you don't have Crimson Resonator in your hand and you actually have Red Resonator in your hand. So we're going to go ahead and draw our 2 cards, which is going to be any level 4 monster plus a copy of Red Resonator. And I'm going to show you guys what you can actually summon off of just having this 2-card combo in your hand. The other 3 cards could be anything from our Bysteel monsters to hand traps that we have in our hand, or even other combo starters like E-Telly to help you further your plays. But for right now, we're just going to focus with these 2 monsters. So this is actually going to be super simple. We're going to normal summon out our copy of Red Resonator, special summon out our copy of Wandering King Wildwind off the effect of Red Resonator because it lets us special summon out a level 4 lower monster from our hand to our side of the field when it's normal summon, which is a great effect to help us synchro summon into our copy of Red Rising Dragon. We're then going to synchro summon these 2 monsters together, and once we synchro summon these 2 monsters together, we're going to summon out Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon has a super unique effect that you guys learned in combo 1, that you can actually bring back a Resonator monster from your graveyard back to your side of the field when it's synchro summoned. So we're going to bring back our copy of our Red Resonator to our side of the field, and the cool thing about this is the copy of Red Resonator will actually go off and target a monster on the field with the highest attack points to be able to gain life points equal to that monster's attack points. So for example, if your copy of Red Rising Dragon has the highest attack points, which is usually what you're targeting on the field, you'll actually gain 2100 life points off of this combo, which is really cool because if you're just starting out, you'll go up to 10,100 life points on the very first turn. Now, there's a couple of monsters you can actually go for from this point, and there's a couple of monsters that I recommend. You can go for your copy of Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend at this point because it just takes a tuner and a non-tuner monster to be able to make this card. You can also summon out your copy of your Dark End Dragon, which is another option for you guys because it does require a dark monster to be able to synchro summon into it, which is your copy of Red Rising Dragon, which is really cool. But 2 monsters you actually cannot summon out with this particular combo, unfortunately, is Void Ogre and Beals, because they do require dark tuners where your copy of Red Resonator is actually a fire tuner monster. So be on the lookout for that as you play this deck. You can also summon out Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, which is another option for you guys for this particular lineup, and usually I go for one of these 3 monsters on the field. Usually I just summon out a copy of Scarlet, depending on what the rest of my hand is. If I have something like a copy of Synchron Resonator, you can actually keep climbing into a copy of Abyss, which is really cool. And I really like that play about this deck, that you can kind of extend it a little bit further depending on what your hand is and where you can go with it, depending on the other tuners that you have. So this combo, guys, is a 1-card combo that I really love about this deck, and it's actually going to revolve around a really awesome 3-of in the deck, and that's going to be E-Telly. E-Telly is an awesome card in this deck because it can be a combo with any of our other combos that we've shown thus far, which is really cool. But just activating this card, we're going to get into the Assault package of the deck, which is really nice because just with this 1 card, you can actually pull off multiple synchro plays. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate our copy of E-Telly and special summon out our copy of Reflector. Since Reflector touched the field, you can actually use its effect to be able to search the deck for a card that mentions Assault mode activate, which I always add my copy of Assault Beast from my deck to my hand so then I can use its effect later to bring back the Assault Beast and increase its level. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and discard the copy of Assault Beast to the graveyard to be able to add from our deck to our hand our copy of Assault mode activate. Now that we've gotten Assault mode activated in our hand, we can use the effect of our Reflector to be able to bring back the copy of Assault Beast back to our side of the field by just revealing Assault mode activate. So once we do that, we're going to special summon out the copy of Assault Beast, and you can increase its level between 1 and 4, which is really cool off the effect of your Reflector. So at this point, you can go in for a bunch of different synchro plays. You can go for a 6, you can go for 7, 8, even 9, which is really nice about this particular combo. Usually I just go for an 8 play, so I'm going to make this card a level 7, which is really neat. So we're going to increase its level by 3. We can then synchro summon these 2 monsters on the field away, and we're going to summon out a copy of Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. And again, just like before, if you have other cards like Synchron Resonator, you can even push this play further by bringing out cards like Abyss, by using this card on your side of the field, which is really cool, and I really love that about this deck. For example, if you grab your copy of your Synchron Resonator and push it a little bit further, say this card was in your hand for combo 1 or combo 2, you can push it a little bit further to be able to get it out on your side of the field. So we're going to go ahead and synchro these two monsters together just to go a little bit further with this particular combo and summon out our copy of Abyss, which will give us a walking negate on our side of the field if you started out with your copy of your Synchron Resonator. Let's put all those combos together in a test hand now, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up this deck, which I've already pile shuffled it off screen, and we're going to give the deck a quick shuffle and see what we can do for a quick test hand for you guys, just to show you all those combos put together for this deck, or even a new combo that we didn't show in the video. And definitely comment down below if there's any combo that you guys see that I didn't show in this video to help out other viewers. And if you guys would like to check out the deck profile, as always, it is down in the description down below. So let's go ahead and draw 5 random cards and see what we get. We're gonna get a Chain Resonator, a copy of Synchron Resonator, a level 4 monster, Wild Wind, a copy of Red Resonator, and finally a Witch of the Black Forest. So this is a really interesting opening hand that we can actually pull off a lot of different things with, and it's really cool because what we're going to do is go ahead and normal summon out the copy of our Red Resonator. And once we normal summon that card out to our side of the field, you can actually special summon out the copy of the Witch of the Black Forest to our side of the field to give us a level 2 tuner and a level 4 monster to go in for a synchro play. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to immediately synchro these two together to be able to go in for a copy of Red Rising Dragon. Now remember, guys, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. So we're going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, or vice versa, whichever way you want to go, to be able to search the deck for an additional monster, which I'm actually going to search the deck for a copy of my Skullmeister because I want a hand trap in my hand. That's what I usually search with this particular build. You can search a bunch of other cards with this particular deck, but I usually like to search out the copy of Skullmeister to be able to get more advantage. So this point, we're going to use the Red Rising effect to be able to bring out your copy of your Red Resonator, and then use its effect to be able to increase the attack points, or increase your life points by the attack points of a monster that you target on the field, which is going to be the copy of the Red Rising Dragon. So we're going to gain 2100 life points. We're then going to go ahead and synchro these two monsters together to summon out our copy of Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend. And then I'm actually going to special summon out the copy of the Synchron Resonator because I would like to establish a negate on my side of the field during the first turn. So I'm going to go ahead and synchro these two monsters together, and we're going to go ahead and summon out a copy of Abyss. Abyss is really important to be able to summon to your side of the field if you can, because it is a walking negate. And this card is super unique because it targets the card on your side or opponent's side of the field to be able to negate it, which is really cool about this card. Then we also have the effect of the Synchron Resonator in the graveyard that will actually let us grab our copy of Red Resonator back to our hand. If you guys see, you're only down 1 card, so we kind of broke even and didn't even lose any cards because we have 4 still in the hand and a monster on the field, so we still have 5 cards. So we actually didn't minus to get a monster on the field, which is really cool about this deck. So we're going to go ahead and pass over to the opponent, let them do their thing. We do have a negate on our side of the field, and once they pass back over to us, we're going to draw for the follow-up. So we're going to draw to a copy of our Resonator Call. Let's say that they dealt with the copy of Abyss. They destroyed the copy of Abyss by some means. They used some resources that got rid of our card. There's actually a lot of follow-up in this hand. So what we're going to do is use the copy of the Resonator Call in our hand to be able to grab from our deck our card from combo number 1, which is our copy of Crimson Resonator. So once we grab that card to our hand, we're going to go ahead and do combo number 1, just like we did, and special summon out the copy of the Crimson Resonator to our side of the field, and then special summon out our copy of our Wandering King Wild Wind, not even using our normal summon, because this card can actually special summon itself to your side of the field if you control a Resonator, which is really cool. So we're going to go ahead and synchro summon these two together and summon out our copy of our Red Rising. Again, as you guys can see, Red Rising is the bread and butter of the deck. And we're going to use the effect of our Red Rising to bring back our copy of our Crimson Resonator, which is going to help us out a lot. So at this point, we're going to use the copy of the Crimson Resonator to be able to bring out to our side of the field a level 1 and a level 3, which 3 plus 1 is 4, and 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 2 is 12, and we have our copy of Supernova, which is really cool. That's why I actually said that we dealt with the copy of Abyss, because I wanted to show you guys how to get out that Supernova if they board wipe your field. Now let's take a quick look at that really quickly and see how big this copy of Red Supernova actually is. So we're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. That's actually 2,000 boost, so it's sitting at 6,000, but we do have the copy of the Synchron Resonator that will go off in the graveyard, which is going to let us add our copy of Crimson back to hand. But keep in mind, we have not even normal summoned yet. We can still keep going if we want to, which is really cool, but usually I like to just go in for this play to be able to go in for the copy of the Red Rising Dragon. This card is so important for the deck and just really, really good to be able to get on your side of the field, and just a great card overall. I really love the copy of the Red Rising Dragon. So let's go ahead and push it a little bit further just to show you guys. We're going to go ahead and normal summon out the copy of the Red Resonator and use its effect to be able to bring out our copy of Skullmeister, in hopes that we didn't actually use that card, because we didn't normal summon, we actually special summon the copy of Crimson and then special the Wandering King Wildwind. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon this out, synchro these two monsters together, and go for our third and final copy of Red Rising Dragon. We can then bring back our copy of our Red Resonator with its effect, and then use its ability, or use the copy of the Red Resonator to target the copy of the Red Supernova Dragon, which is really cool because at this point we're going to go 5, 10, 15, which is going to be 1,500 boosts. So we're actually going to gain 5,500 life points by targeting this card, which is really neat. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and synchro these two monsters together. And once I do, I'm actually going to summon out a copy of Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend to close out the game, because we have a 5,500, actually 6,000 now because the copy of Red Resonator touched the grave, and we have a 3,000 attack point boss monster on the field. So at this point, we can just go in for game. So that's it for this one. So that's it for this one, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. This deck is super fun to be able to play. If you guys have never played Red Dragon Archfiend, I highly recommend it. And I hope you guys learned something about this deck from this video. This deck is super fun to be able to play. Just being able to swarm the field with all sorts of really big dragon dark synchro monsters to be able to just go in for game. And it plays one of the most nostalgic monsters in the entire game, Red Dragon Archfiend. So anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys.